This 2026 Genesis GV80 Coupe currently represents the pinnacle of the brand and sets its sights on long-heralded premium luxury products like the Mercedes-Benz GLE Coupe. How good is this nearly $90,000 Korean luxury SUV? And what are my top 5 likes and dislikes? In this video, we'll run through it all. Perhaps the biggest and most obvious thing on my list of likes of this 2026 Genesis GV80 Coupe resides under this very long hood in the 3.5 liter twin turbocharged supercharged V6 that is mounted the correct way, because this is a rear drive based platform, though we do get all-wheel drive, an 8-speed automatic transmission, over 400 horsepower, and over 400 pound-feet of torque, meaning it can run to 60 in something like this. Holy cow, this thing pulls from the get-go. My goodness. One downside to all the power underneath the hood is what it takes to motivate it. Yes, this takes premium fuel only, which should not be too much of a surprise if you're spending $90,000 on a luxury SUV with turbochargers and lots of power. This thing is brought up right. It doesn't like the cheap stuff. It likes to drink premium fuel. So yeah, don't mess with that inexpensive stuff. And unfortunately for us, in over 600 miles of testing, 21 mpg is about the best we've gotten. Oh yeah, and they also put some structural bracing underneath the hood here, so it's not a slouch on twisty roads either. Yes, this powertrain is very strong, and given its multiple drive modes, Sport Plus is really my favorite because, well, it holds the gears and keeps you in the power band longer. And yeah, as you could tell, this thing pulls, but it does have a little bit of a dual personality, if you will, because I can twist it over and put it in comfort mode, and then this is a great vehicle to drive around. But that comes with some drawbacks as well, especially here in stop and go traffic. As I came to a stop, I wasn't even fully stopped yet, the engine turned off here in comfort mode. That is because, yes, this is billed as a mild hybrid system, so Genesis is trying to do the most with the least amount of fuel here on this 3.5 liter twin turbocharged supercharged engine. And in summer, in Texas, that's a problem because the compressor shuts down. You can instantly tell when the engine shuts down because it starts getting humid in the cabin very quickly. And the cabin recognizes that as well because, well, the engine doesn't stay off long. It has to kick back on to turn the compressor on to cool you down in here. Yes, it wants to save fuel, but it also wants to keep you cool. So you've got the battling out of the AC compressor and the fuel-saving tech. Luckily, Genesis gives you this button right here to give you a quick way to defeat that engine start-stop, and then you're off to the races whenever you want to, and you're not burning up when you're stopped in traffic. Another big win for Genesis is the styling. This GV80 Coupe is all about style, from its dark chrome, big baby Bentley-like grille, to the continuation of the two-line theme from the wraparound headlights, to these very nice turn signals here on the side, these large 22-inch wheels, this beautiful bearing blue ice metallic paint job, to the perhaps most obvious of this SUV coupe, its coupe-like roofline, even though, yes, coupe means 2 doors and, well, clearly have 4 here. This thing is all about style. It oozes it, and I think the overall package works quite well. And the style does not stop on the outside. Moving inside, we get ultramarine with orange accents that absolutely pop. We have carbon fiber accents throughout. This is truly a premium cabin and a wonderful place to spend some time. Speaking of the interior, the seats are absolutely premium. This driver's seat gets a light massage for long road trips that keeps you from getting stiff, but all 4 corner seats offer heat and ventilation. A premium feature very befitting of a vehicle with a $90,000 price tag. Now, there are some unintended consequences of all the style I like so much, most notably back here in the rear. This rides on a shared platform with the GV80 SUV, though this rakish roofline cuts into all the utility of the SUV part of this SUV. Yes, you have compromised rear cargo space and a hard cover here that really limits just how much stuff you can stack up vertically, but that's not what the GV80 Coupe is all about. It's about carrying around a decent amount of stuff and looking good while you do it. But my only complaint about the compromised storage is not just here in the rear. Sadly, it's on the inside as well, and that's where it rears its ugly head on a daily basis. There's limited places to hide and store stuff. Underneath this panel right here, we have a Qi wireless charger. Again, limiting what you can put underneath this quick access panel here. Inside our split opening glove box, we get a decent amount of space in this removable tray that is actually quite a bit deeper once you remove it, but it makes it super impractical because, well, this tray takes up the entirety of it, so you have to take this out in order to get stuff in. I don't know, it's just a little on the impractical side, but I guess something's better than nothing when it comes to interior storage that can hide stuff. While I really appreciate all the dark chrome we get throughout the exterior styling here, especially on the grille, it has an unintended consequence in showing all the oil from your skin, especially here on these door handles. So just simply grabbing it once, you've already made this a very ugly looking door handle. So you just have to grab it very carefully and soft close, which is a nice touch. But yes, this dark chrome looks wonderful when it's clean, not so much after the very first time you touch it. Just another unintended consequence of some of the beauty choices Genesis took here on the GV80 Coupe. My next on the list of likes, I really can't demonstrate for you too well here on the channel because, well, we don't want to get copyright stricken. But if you go in through the screen here, this really does have a great sound system. This has got the Bang & Olufsen Baosonic sound system, which really is like the Apple of audio systems for automobiles because they really take all the guesswork out of it for you. Yes, you can fine tune it if you want to, but this Baosonic screen is perhaps the easiest to navigate. So you have this little diagram here where you can simply drag around your slider to get the perfect sound and mix of relaxed, warm, energetic, or bright tones from your music. So whatever mood you are into, well, you can get that here, or you can just set it to its default preset. It really is a very great system and something Bang & Olufsen and Genesis put a lot of work into here in this GV80 Coupe.
I just put my Screen ProTech screen protector on this Ford screen. I'll put a link down below, Screen ProTech/Tim. You get 15% off this screen protector. Put it on here and the dash here. Keeps these screens nice. Actually covers up scratches as well if you have an older truck. And I really like them. It's a nice way to protect your screen from scratches, and it puts a nice cover on there so keeps dust off, fingerprints off. Big fan of these screens. Again, Screen ProTech/Tim.
Now we have put a lot of miles on this one, nearly 700 since I reset the odometer. And there are some things I really love and hate about how this drives. In the love column is, again, the dual personality modes we have with our drive modes here and the overall suspension tuning. We do have bracing underneath the hood that helps you carve corners, though this is kind of a big, heavy beast of a thing and isn't the most athletic when the roads get twisty, but it still runs with the best of them, making you feel very athletic with your kids riding behind you in their car seats. The other thing I really like about this is the road preview. This actually has cameras watching and reading the road ahead of us to adjust instantaneously to changing road conditions, meaning this is a really nice, soft, dare I say, supple ride on multiple different road surfaces, including our historic brick streets here in downtown Tyler, Texas, which is a huge win. On the negative side of spending a lot of time in this cabin, something I did not expect as someone who generally loves every single Genesis product the brand has brought me, is the road noise. And I'm not talking about the road noise from those large 22-inch wheels. I'm really talking more about the wind noise from the panoramic glass roof above me. And no, I'm not talking about when it is open. I'm talking about driving around with the roof closed and even the shade closed. Yeah, I get a lot of wind noise from up above me that makes me think, do I have a roof rack up there? And I quick pull back on the switch, and opening of the panel proves to me that I do not. In fact, it is very nice and smooth up there. So the fact that I'm getting any wind noise at all from above me is a little astounding from a brand claiming premium quality going up against the likes of Mercedes-Benz. It's just a little bit of a miss for me here in this GV80 Coupe. Which all of that brings me to my final thoughts on this, as near as makes no difference, $90,000 luxury SUV from Genesis. There is a lot I absolutely like that I didn't really get to touch on in here. We have tri-zone climate control, which is very nice. These seats are comfortable and supportive. To the very informative head-up display on the windshield, there's a very large 27-inch OLED screen in front of me. I even get blind spot view cameras when I put my blinkers on. Yes, I would say it is safe to say technology is a strong suit of Genesis, and the brand has leaned into it fully. And while, yes, I did touch on the style, I could have gushed for hours more on just how much I love everything they did about how they put this one together, from the carbon fiber to the orange accents, even here on the seat belts, to the fact that, yes, it really is a great place to put nearly 700 miles on the odometer. But there are still a few things that fall a bit short. Wind noise and its overall weight. This thing is quite heavy for something claiming a svelte, sporty personality from that coupe moniker and sloping rear roof line. So yes, this is a nice premium luxury SUV, but its $90,000 price point really has me questioning, if you had that kind of dough, is this what you're spending your money on? It would be a strong sell for us. Again, I'm very biased to this brand, but I want to know your thoughts down in the comments. Do the pros outweigh the cons for you? Let us know down there. You can also check out everything that this channel has to offer by clicking that logo up there and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss a future review. You can also check out this video down here because YouTube thinks you would enjoy it. But as for me, behind the wheel of the 2026 Genesis GV80 Coupe, I've been Cory, and I'll see you down the road.